Exactly 1 year ago, October 8th, 2022, I started my YouTube channel. Fast forward to today, October 9th, 2023, I'm going to reveal how much I've made from YouTube after my first 1 year. Over the past 12 months, I've created 27 videos that have accumulated over 40,000 views, and we just hit 650 subscribers. That's a huge milestone for the team. Don't forget to join the team and subscribe below. So where do we stand? Before we dive into the numbers, I just want to explain a little bit about why I'm making this video. There's a lot of misconception about how much YouTubers actually make, ranging from incredibly high figures to extremely low figures. I've watched my fair share of videos where YouTubers with millions of subscribers show what they're making month over month. Trust me, this was very attractive when I first decided to make a YouTube channel. But unlike channels that have millions of subscribers, this video is going to show you what you should actually expect running a small YouTube channel and how much money you'd actually make in your first year. I'm making this video for people like you or anyone who decides whether it's actually worth it to start a YouTube channel. If that's you, make sure you stay to the end of the video. We're going to be releasing a bunch of insider information, full transparency, and I'm really excited to share that with you. Let's dive into it. Welcome to our channel. This is the home for all members of the Startup Squad. If you want to join the Startup Squad, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button right there. The subscribe button will make sure you stay up to date on all things AI, business, and tech. Now let's start talking about business. As you can see right here, we recently hit 650 subscribers. That's a huge milestone for us. If you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, it's important to note that it starts off incredibly slow. That first 100 subscribers are the hardest 100 subscribers you're ever going to have to get. But as you'll see with different metrics in this video, like views, watch time hours, subscribers, if you release content consistently, month over month, week over week, however you decide to do that, your channel grows exponentially and it becomes easier and easier in every video and every week. Now let's take a look at our video library. And I must admit, when I first started the YouTube channel, I had no experience on how to use a camera, what ISO was on a camera, how to use tripods, lighting, editing a video. These are all things I really didn't know how to do. So if you go down to some of our lower videos, the quality of these videos are absolutely trash. That's a necessity when starting your channel. Your first videos aren't going to be your best videos. It's just important to learn from them every time you release a new one. Then if you scroll all the way to the top, you're going to see our best videos on the channel. And we're going to talk a little bit about how much these videos actually made. So what we're going to do is head into the YouTube Studio. Now the YouTube Studio is something that's only available for creators. It helps you look at a deep dive about how your videos are doing and how much money you're actually making. The YouTube Studio is going to show you some really cool metrics. For instance here, in the last 28 days, our channel has gained 84 subscribers. So let's think about that just for a second. There's 652 subscribers in total. So let's take a look at that, 652, and we divide by 12 months. That's 54 subscribers every month. But in our last month, we got 84. And that's a little bit about what I'm talking about, how your channel is going to grow month over month, and it's going to be incredibly easy. So at the beginning, it took you multiple months to get that first 100 subscribers, and now you're getting 2, 3, 7, 10 every single day. Now let's dive into the YouTube analytics. So you're going to go to the left side here, and there's a little analytics button, and here you're going to be able to see a bunch of things. You're going to be able to see how much money your videos are actually making you, how many views they have, whether they're growing or decreasing month over month, and your watch time hours. Now something really important to note, that in order to monetize on YouTube, you have to have 500 subscribers and 3,000 watch time hours. Now watch time hours is when you watch a video and that video is 30 minutes long. That's going to be 0.5 watch time hours. You have to get 3,000 watch time hours in order to even make any money on YouTube. Now this might seem a little crazy. Believe it or not, when I first decided to make this YouTube channel back in October of 2022, you need to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch time hours. But YouTube has dropped that requirement to only 500 subscribers and 3,000 watch time hours because they're trying to compete with TikTok, Instagram Reels, things like that. And it's actually never been easier to make money on YouTube than it is right now. Now, to be honest, 3,000 watch time hours is still fairly difficult. If you look at most YouTubers gonna hit the 500 subscriber count way before they're going to hit the 3,000 watch time hour count. It's very difficult, especially in the beginning. You just have to stay motivated and keep pushing through it. So if you go ahead and look at some of the analytics from our first month in October, so this is October 1st, 2022 to October 31st, 2022, we had 1,021 views. A huge 1,000 views. Whoa, that must have been crazy. In watch time hours, we actually had 49 watch time hours, which is fairly high for the first month on YouTube. Our first couple of videos just made good traction, and we gained 42 subscribers. And this graph here shows you how much you got day over day. So if you look at views, we're getting about 17, 13, 18, staying relatively in these teens. And then we had some higher days up in the 30s, the 50s, even a 70. We even had a day with 100. But for the most bit, if you take 1,000 days, if you take 1,000 hours divided by 30 days, that's about 30 some views a day. And I want to show you just what that's like when you look at what happened a year from now. So right here, if you look at our last 28 days on YouTube, our channel got 4,761 views. That's about 4 times as much as it did our first month on YouTube. It got 4.8 views, 202 hours of watch time, and 84 subscribers. So this is a good sign. It's very motivating. I highly recommend you start a YouTube channel. But we're going to talk more about the numbers pretty soon. One important thing to note are there are multiple ways to make money on YouTube. So you can do so through ad revenue. Now, ad revenue are those ads that show before your video starts, right? So you click on a video and it shows an ad for Amazon or whatever your target demographic thing is showing you, and it shows it for 10 seconds and you have the ability to skip. That company is paying to put that in front of your eyes. The way YouTube is set up is you get to keep 55% of what they paid to place that there, and YouTube keeps the other 45%. So you get to keep a majority of the money that comes in from that ad. Unfortunately, you don't get to choose the ads that play, but you do get to keep the majority at 55%. This is very good for revenue sharing and things like that. So there are multiple ways to make money on YouTube. One of them is advertisements. So we talked about that. That's being monetized on YouTube. The next one is affiliate links. So if I'm making a video on a t-shirt or a nice camera or a nice computer, and I put the link in my description and someone purchases that, I get to keep a percentage of the sale. The next one is you can sell your own products and services. So if you go on our website, you'll see a bunch of courses you can take that go into deep level how to start your own business, how to manage your own business. That's another way you can bring in money. And your last one is sponsorships. Sponsorships are absolutely my favorite one. Even for relatively small channels like mine, sponsorships are incredibly lucrative. So over the past month or so, I've gained 3 different sponsors. So those sponsors are going to be Weebly, Linktree, and Logo Maker. Now, as I can't say how much money I've made from each of them independently, I can say that the total lump sum has been just around $1,500 in 1 month. So I've made 3 separate videos, talked about the company just a little bit, put in links in the description, and made in total $1,500 from these 3 companies in just 1 month. Now you're starting to see why these sponsorships can be incredibly lucrative. So let's just take this one example on a relatively small YouTube channel like mine. We have $1,500 in just 1 month. Well, if you're able to secure 3 different sponsors for 3 videos a month for 12 months straight, you're going to be able to bring in $18,000 for your YouTube channel, and all it took was your time, your effort, some editing, and publishing it. That's incredibly awesome. That's huge profit. Now we're going to talk about the most important factors that determines how much money you make on YouTube. It's called your CPM. YouTube calculates your earnings primarily on this thing called CPM. Now CPM is cost per 1,000 views. So how much money is YouTube going to give you for 1,000 views on your video? Now CPMs are really crazy. They can range from $1 per 1,000 views, or it can be $10, $20 per 1,000 views. This is a dramatic change. So what causes this? It all depends on the demographics of your viewers and what type of videos you're making. So for instance, I have a whole playlist on the channel that's doing really well. It's on Power BI and it's teaching people how to code, right? So it goes step by step on how to become a programmer and make money from programming, or just use it in your career. It's incredibly helpful and it's grown incredibly fast. So if you look at who's watching that playlist, a predominant amount of the audience is 18 to 25-year-old males living in India. And although I love the views, I love the camaraderie, it's been absolutely awesome and I'm learning a lot. That specific target demographic does not make as many online purchases as Americans, Europe, the UK, countries like that. So advertisers aren't going to pay a premium amount to put a video in my Power BI playlist. But if you look here, my video on my top 5 dropshipping businesses for people looking to make money online and start their own online business has significantly less views than my Power BI playlist. But because the target demographic is in the US and Europe, it's in the business sector. So for instance, videos on finance, real estate, business are gonna make way more money than music videos or videos on education and stuff like that. So now what you've been waiting for, let's talk about how much money we made in our first 12 months on YouTube. So if you see here, there are some initial costs when you're first starting your YouTube channel. So if you look in our first month, we've actually paid $1,600 in equipment like cameras, lights, tripods, some softwares. You can totally film on an iPhone. To be honest, that's an iPhone, that's a camera, right? So you can do things like that, but lights dramatically help your ability for your YouTube channel to get traction. That we invested in right at the beginning. The Startup Squad also has 2 editors, so those editors cost about $150 per week, and if you do this month over month, this adds up to about $600 every month. Now, unfortunately, with only 1,600 watch time hours, I'm beneath that 3,000 watch time hours to turn on monetization, so I'm only making money from affiliate links, from sponsors, and selling my own products and services. We still need about 1,400 watch time hours to make money on the ads that are already showing on our channel, so make sure to subscribe. But let's look at our month over month quick. So in the first 3 months, we incurred that expense at a loss of $1,600, and this was all the equipment we just spoke about, putting us in the red. The second quarter, we actually broke even, so we had no additional costs because we already had all of our equipment. But we weren't already running ads, we didn't have sponsors, we weren't getting clicks on our affiliate links, so the second quarter is a total wash. Now, here's where it gets interesting. In Q3, we actually had a loss of $1,800. Now, this is primarily because we didn't have the sponsorships yet, and we brought on those editors at $600 a month. So $600 across 3 months is $1,800. So we have another loss of $1,800 on the channel. Now finally, in our last quarter, we got some sponsors and made a little bit of revenue. Let's take a look at that. So in our last month, we received $1,500 from sponsorships. So those were the 3 that we talked about earlier. But our expenses still stayed at $1,800 because we still had those 2 editors. So this resulted in a $300 loss in our 4th quarter. So if you look at it year to date, we have a total loss of $3,700 from running the YouTube channel. But that's okay, right? It depends on why you're making YouTube videos, right? So if you're making YouTube videos because you want to make money on YouTube, you're probably doing it for the wrong reason, right? There's this funny saying that someone who enjoys a destination, so let's say the destination is making money on YouTube, doesn't ever walk as far as the person who enjoys walking. So the YouTube channel is not making money, but that's okay. You know, I truly love making YouTube videos, and I know I'm going to make money on YouTube eventually, but what's more important to me is the community and the comments and people giving suggestions and talking about the tool they're using. You know, I really, really enjoy that type of stuff, and it helps us all out, and we're really building something here together. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you think building a YouTube channel is worth it? Do you think it's a waste of time? Let's talk there. I respond to every comment. Consider liking and subscribing. And as all things small business, start small, start today. I'll see you in the next video.